Mes chers compatriotes, aujourd'hui, la France a été attaquée en son cœur.
We'll start with this developing story out of Paris, where a gunfight has broken out.
Direction le centre de Paris.
في مقر صحيفة شارلي إبدو في العاصمة باريس.
There is this sense that this is an assault on a nation's core values.
You can hear the shooting going on. Let's just have a listen.
After those 3 or 4 loud explosions, we heard gunfire ringing out.
They heard gunshots and rushed to the roof. These television reporters' offices were next to Charlie Hebdo's. The scene they filmed marked the start of 3 days of unprecedented attacks in France. 2 gunmen targeted the morning editorial meeting at the satirical newspaper Charlie Hebdo. Their first victim, a maintenance worker. They then shot dead 5 cartoonists, 2 columnists, a copy editor, a police officer and a guest at the meeting. They left in a black car. Police tried to block their path but were forced to reverse. The killer's 12th victim was Ahmed Merabet, a local policeman who'd come to help his colleagues. The Prime Minister and Interior Minister went to meet his fellow officers.
We will do everything we can to find the perpetrators. That is now the priority of the security forces and the justice system.
The manhunt was on. The attackers crashed into a woman's car at Place Colonel Fabien. Minutes later, they stole a pensioner's car on Rue de Meaux. They then left Paris via the Porte de Pantin. Inside the getaway car, police found an ID card bearing the name Saïd Kouachi. DNA samples belonged to his younger brother, Sheriff Kouachi. Later that afternoon, Parisians began flooding the Place de la République, chanting Je suis Charlie. The magazine's caricatures poked fun at religion and politics, frequently causing outrage. They weren't popular with everyone. But in killing the country's most famous cartoonists, the gunmen had attacked a core French value, freedom of speech.
We're all here with our pens in the air and we won't give up.
President François Hollande declared Thursday a national day of mourning.
Today, the entire Republic of France was attacked. Its principles of freedom of speech, culture, creation, pluralism and democracy, that is what the terrorists targeted.
But the day of mourning began with another tragedy. A gunman killed a trainee policewoman in Montrouge, a suburb south of Paris. Clarissa Jean-Philippe had been dealing with a traffic incident and was unarmed. The Interior Minister urged against presuming a link between this attack and Charlie Hebdo. But the hunt was on for 3 gunmen. Police got their first major lead when the Kouachi brothers robbed a service station 80 kilometers from Paris in the Picardy region. A few hours later, at midday, France held a minute of silence. The Kouachi brothers spent Thursday night hiding in a forest in Picardy. On Friday morning, they stole another car, this time near the village of Montagny-Sainte-Félicité. 20 minutes later, in Dammartin-en-Goële, they abandoned the car in an industrial park. They exchanged fire with a brigade of gendarmes before being cornered in a print workshop. Police snipers positioned themselves on the roofs and in nearby fields. The workshop's owner, who was alone with the brothers for almost 2 hours, bandaged up a gunshot wound on Saïd Kouachi's neck and was able to leave unharmed. But then Paris moved back into the spotlight. The Montrouge killer had reappeared. Identified as Amadi Koulibaly, he stormed a busy kosher supermarket at the Porte de Vincennes on Paris's eastern edge. Police quickly cordoned off the area.
I found myself running within a group of a dozen police officers in bulletproof vests. They had guns slung over their shoulders. I could see the tension in their eyes.
The attacks were synchronized. Coulibaly threatened to kill his hostages if police harm the Kouachi brothers in the print workshop. A police negotiator spoke to Coulibaly by phone and concluded he was ready to die in a fight. Police prepared to launch an assault before nightfall. But before they did, the attention switched back to Dammartin. The Kouachi brothers began shooting at police. During the 2-minute-long gun battle, both brothers were killed. Police then forced their way into the kosher supermarket. Coulibaly was killed as he ran shooting towards the police. He had killed 4 hostages, all Jewish men, before the police moved in. This footage shows the surviving hostages escaping. The Kouachi brothers pledged allegiance to Al-Qaeda in Yemen, and Coulibaly claimed he was doing the work of the Islamic State group. In 3 days, they killed 17 people. On Sunday afternoon, nearly 4 million people across France marched for free speech. Again, the slogan "Je suis Charlie" rang out. Not since the liberation of Paris after Nazi rule had so many people hit the streets in the French capital. Nearly 50 leaders from around the world joined in. Marchers applauded the police as they drove through. The march was France's way of saying, "Don't threaten free speech."